Have you ever asked yourself, what exactly am I still holding on to? And why, even after all this time, it still hurts? We carry so much. Old memories, broken dreams, unspoken words. We tell ourselves we've moved on. But deep inside, we haven't. Because letting go is not forgetting. It's not about giving up. It's about setting yourself free. Imagine this. A man swept away by a powerful river. He clings to a floating branch for dear life. Hours pass. The current softens, but he won't let go. He believes, if I release this, I'll drown. But the truth is, if he lets go, he'll float. We live like that, holding tightly to pain, fear, ego, thinking it protects us. But really, it's what's keeping us stuck. Buddha taught us, when we release attachment, when we surrender what no longer serves us, that's when life begins to realign. That's when peace returns. That's when everything falls into place. Before we dive deeper into the teachings, if you find value in this kind of content, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. It truly helps us stay inspired to create more healing and meaningful videos for you. So now, take a deep breath and let's begin. Letting go. Such a simple phrase, but perhaps one of the hardest things we're ever asked to do. Why? Because we are wired to hold on. To people, to stories, to identities, to what we think should have happened, or what could have been. In the modern world, especially here in the West, we are taught that success comes from control, from managing outcomes, from pushing harder, from refusing to let go, until we get what we want. But here's the truth. The more we try to control, the more anxious we become. The tighter we cling, the more things slip away. You may have noticed this in your own life. The relationship you tried so hard to fix. The job you held on to, even when it drained your soul. The version of yourself you kept performing just to feel worthy. And still, deep inside, you were exhausted. Because holding on is heavy. Buddhism teaches us something radically different. It says, peace doesn't come from having more control. It comes from releasing the illusion that we ever had control in the first place. You see, letting go isn't weakness. It isn't giving up. It's wisdom. It's the wisdom to know when enough is enough. The courage to release what's hurting you, even if part of you still loves it. And the faith to trust that life will guide you when you stop trying to force your way through it. But this isn't easy. Letting go challenges everything the ego believes. The ego says, you need to fix it. You can't let them win. You must not fail. But the heart whispers something softer, something kinder. It says, you're allowed to stop fighting. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to be free. And that is why letting go is not just a practice. It's a path, a spiritual path, a return to stillness, to clarity, and to the truth of who you really are. In the teachings of the Buddha, letting go, vimutti, is not just recommended. It is essential. The Buddha didn't say, cling harder. He said, let go. Let go of desire. Let go of aversion. Let go of the illusion of self, because only in the release can we rediscover what truly matters. So if you feel tired, if your heart is weary, this video is for you. We'll now explore 5 essential Buddhist principles to help you let go, step by step, and return to that place inside you where peace, not struggle, lives. Let's begin. Teaching number 1. Impermanence. Nothing lasts forever. Everything changes. Nothing stays the same. And yet, This is the truth we struggle with the most. The Buddha taught that all things, everything we see, feel, and experience, are impermanent. This principle is known as anicca. All conditioned phenomena are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. Dhammapada, verse 277. But we rarely see it with wisdom. We try to hold on to people, to feelings, to moments we wish could last forever. But nothing ever does. Think about it. Have you ever tried to hold on to happiness, only to feel it slowly slipping away? Or clung to a relationship that no longer brought peace, just because you feared the emptiness it might leave behind? This is how suffering begins. We suffer not because things change, but because we expect them not to. We crave permanence in a world that is constantly in motion. But here's the truth. Impermanence is not the enemy. It's our resistance to it that creates pain. If you can truly understand that all things come and go, you begin to see beauty in the moment. You stop taking things for granted. You start appreciating what's here, right now. That smile, that sunrise, that breath. Impermanence teaches us to love more fully because we know we won't have forever. It teaches us to let go more gently because holding on can hurt far more than releasing ever will. Even your pain won't last. Even your confusion will pass. Even your loneliness will shift. Everything is changing. Right now, even as you listen to these words. And that is okay. Like waves rising and falling, like the moon waxing and waning, like the seasons turning, you too are meant to change. So when you feel overwhelmed, when your heart is tired from clinging, just remember, this moment is not permanent. This feeling is not forever. This chapter is not the whole story. Letting go begins with this truth. Nothing lasts forever. And because nothing lasts, we are free. Free to begin again. Free to forgive. Free to let go. So breathe. Let this be your reminder. You don't have to hold on to what's already fading. You can let it go and make space for something new. Teaching number 2, letting go of the ego, the root of suffering. If impermanence teaches us that all things change, then this next truth asks us to face something even more subtle and even more powerful. The self we cling to is not real. The Buddha taught that what we call I or me is not a fixed, unchanging thing. It's a process, a collection of thoughts, memories, habits, and roles that constantly shift depending on time, mood, and circumstance. And yet, how tightly we hold on to it, to our image, to our opinions, to our identity. We say, "This is who I am. I can't change. They hurt me. I deserve more." But all of this is the voice of ego. The ego wants to be right. It wants to be seen. It wants to win. And most of all, it wants control. But the more we cling to ego, the more fragile we become. A single word of criticism can ruin our day. A small failure can shake our confidence. A tiny rejection can feel like a deep wound. Why? Because we've built our worth on something unstable, something false, something imagined. The Buddha said, "There is no permanent, unchanging self." Clinging to the idea of self is the cause of all suffering. And he wasn't speaking in abstract terms. He meant in daily life. Think about the last time someone insulted you. Were you hurt because what they said was true? Or because your ego didn't want to hear it? Or the last time you failed? Did the failure itself hurt you? Or was it the story you told yourself about it? I'm not good enough. I'm falling behind. Others are better than me. All ego. When we believe we are this voice, we suffer. But when we learn to step back, to observe that voice, to smile at its fears and doubts without believing them, we begin to taste freedom. True freedom. Not the kind that comes from doing whatever we want, but the kind that comes from no longer needing to prove anything. That is what letting go of ego gives us. We no longer need to win every argument. We no longer need to chase validation. We no longer need to fix how others see us. We simply live, truthfully, quietly, peacefully. There's a story in Zen Buddhism of a student who came to a master and said, "Master, I want enlightenment." The master replied, "Then let go of the one who wants it." Let that sink in. Let go of the one who wants it. Because even our spiritual seeking can become another identity, another ego attachment. And so the path is subtle. The ego can hide in achievement. It can hide in our desire to be good, to be right, to be awakened. But real peace is what's left when the ego dissolves, when we no longer hold on to I. What's left is space, presence, stillness. That's where the Buddha points us. So today, notice the voice inside that says, "I am this," or "I must be that." Notice how it reacts, how it resists, how it clings, and simply say, "Thank you, but I don't need you to be free." Then breathe and rest in the quiet behind the ego, because that quiet is who you truly are. Teaching number 3, mindfulness reveals what you're holding. Before we can let go, we have to know what we're holding. Sometimes the things that weigh us down aren't loud. They're not dramatic. They don't scream for attention. They whisper. They hide in the background of our thoughts. They disguise themselves as normal, and they live inside us for years, unseen. That's why mindfulness, satipatthana in Buddhism, is so essential. Mindfulness is the mirror, the flashlight, the quiet awareness that shows us what we've been carrying without even realizing it. Mindfulness is the path to the deathless. Heedlessness is the path to death. The mindful do not die. The heedless are as if dead already. Dhammapada, verse 21. When we practice mindfulness, we begin to notice how our stomach tightens when someone disagrees with us, how our chest contracts when we think about the past, how our mind races when we're afraid of the future. We see that behind our anger, there's fear. Behind our busyness, there's avoidance. Behind our smile, sometimes there's pain. And that seeing, that clear, loving attention, is the beginning of freedom. Because you can't release what you won't face. You can't heal what you won't feel. And you can't let go if you don't even know what's there. Mindfulness teaches us to pause, to stop rushing, to stop numbing, to stop performing, and instead, to sit, to breathe, to watch, just watch. The thoughts rise and fall. The emotions appear and pass. The body responds and softens. And slowly, what once felt overwhelming becomes clear. What once felt permanent begins to dissolve. You start to see, I've been holding anger for years. I've been carrying guilt that doesn't belong to me. I've been trying to be strong because I'm afraid to be seen as weak. And in that moment, you don't have to fix anything. You don't have to judge it. You don't even have to make it go away. You just see it, hold it in awareness, and breathe. And that gentle, courageous presence is what begins to untie the knots. You don't need force. You don't need control. You just need presence. One breath at a time. So today, I invite you, take 5 minutes, sit in stillness, close your eyes, and ask yourself, what am I holding right now? Let whatever comes, come. Don't push it away. Don't chase it, just notice, because awareness is the first step to release, and mindfulness is the practice of remembering, moment by moment, that you are not your thoughts, you are not your pain, you are the one who sees, and the one who sees can always let go. Teaching number 4. Forgiveness is the deepest letting go. Letting go takes many forms, but perhaps the most powerful is forgiveness. Not forgiveness as a favor to someone else, but as a gift to yourself. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting what happened. It doesn't mean pretending the pain wasn't real. It doesn't mean letting others off the hook. It means setting yourself free from the prison of resentment. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. The Buddha. How many of us are still carrying anger from years ago? Still rehearsing old conversations in our minds? Still defining ourselves by what someone did or didn't do? The weight of that is enormous. And often, we don't even realize how heavy it's become until we feel what it's like to finally lay it down. Forgiveness isn't easy. It's not instant. And it's not something you do once and forget. It's a process. A gentle unfolding. A return to softness in a place that's been hard for too long. Forgiveness starts when you choose peace over being right. When you choose your freedom over your story. When you say, I no longer want to suffer for something that happened in the past. You may never receive the apology you deserved. You may never get closure from the other person, but you can create closure within yourself. Forgiveness is not for them. It's for you. It's not a weakness. It's a radical act of strength. And sometimes, the person we most need to forgive is ourselves. The things we regret. The choices we made when we didn't know better. The times we hurt others from our own place of pain. Forgiveness is saying, I was doing the best I could, with the awareness I had at the time. I choose to stop punishing myself for being human. That doesn't mean we don't take responsibility. It means we take it with compassion, not condemnation. Because punishment doesn't heal, only love does. There's a beautiful meditation practice in Buddhism called metta, loving kindness. And in this practice, you offer these words, first to yourself, may I be well, may I be safe, may I be free from suffering, may I forgive and be forgiven. Then slowly, you offer it to others, even the ones who hurt you, even the ones you're still healing from. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. So, if there is someone whose memory still stings, if there is a name that still tightens your chest, if there is a part of you you still haven't fully accepted, begin there, with one breath, with one whisper, I'm ready to let go. I forgive. And if you're not ready, that's okay too. Just hold the willingness to forgive. That alone is enough to open the door. Because forgiveness doesn't erase the past. It heals the hold the past has on you. And that is the deepest letting go. So now, you've listened. You've breathed. You've reflected. And maybe something inside you has already begun to soften. Maybe it's just a tiny shift. A loosening of the grip. A little more space between you and the weight you've been carrying. If so, honor that. Honor how far you've come, even if no one else sees it, especially if no one else sees it. Letting go is not one big leap. It's not a single moment of release. It's small. It's subtle. It's quiet. Like a tree shedding its leaves, not because it wants to, but because it trusts. That life will return in another season. You don't have to force it. You don't have to rush. You just have to be willing. Willing to let go of what's no longer serving you. Willing to stop fighting what life is asking you to release. Willing to trust that when you finally stop clinging, everything begins to realign. Let go of the illusion of control. Let go of the old stories, Let go of who you thought you had to be. And in that space, watch what life gently brings you. Maybe it's peace. Maybe it's clarity. Maybe it's the version of yourself you were always meant to become. So I ask you now, gently, what are you ready to let go of today? Is it an old resentment? A painful memory? A version of you that's no longer true? Whatever it is, breathe into it, feel it, and with love, set it down, let go, and come home to yourself. If this video has helped you in any way, please take a moment to like it and subscribe to this channel, not just to support what we do, but to stay connected to more content like this, created with care, compassion, and the intention to help you heal. And if there's something you've been trying to release, share it in the comments below. Your journey might be the light someone else needs to take their first step. Thank you for being here. Thank you for walking this path of awareness and freedom. Until next time, may you be well, may you be light, and may you be free.